Capitalism is the best system we've ever had. It lets you work 40 hours a week, sometimes 60, just to afford a box to sleep in and maybe a burrito if eggs aren't $9 this month. You walk down the same streets as everyone else. The broke students, the I work in tech roommates, the couples pretending to love their open concept kitchen, and think, this is just life. But once you notice how much of your time and personality is owned by companies, everything changes. Because one unavoidable characteristic of living under capitalism is that you start confusing who you are with what you produce. Your worth becomes your job title, your hobbies become side hustles, and your friends become networking opportunities, which is why capitalism doesn't just ruin your wallet, it ruins your personality. Now, you might look at your life, wake up, commute, answer 147 emails that could have been a single WhatsApp message, and think, is this really it? Is this all we evolved for? Yes. At least that's what capitalism would like you to believe. Because capitalism doesn't just sell you stuff, it sells you you. Your attention, monetized. Your personality, a brand. Your free time, a productivity hack you can optimize. Karl Marx called this alienation, which is a polite way of saying you slowly turn into a corporate NPC. You make things you don't own for people you don't know to buy things you don't need so you can keep making things you don't own. And when you start to hate it, the solution is to buy a scented candle and call it self-care. Alienation comes in 4 flavors. From your work, you do tasks that feel like pushing sand with your face. From the product, it leaves your hands and never comes back. From other people, everyone is a competitor with a LinkedIn banner. From yourself, you start introducing your personality in bullets. Team player, problem solver, passionate about synergy. Great. That's not a person. That's a stapler. Weber called it the iron cage. You don't need bars if the calendar invites lock from the inside. Psychologists say capitalism keeps you in a permanent state of scarcity mode. No matter how much you have, it feels like it's not enough. You grind harder. You sleep less. You read productivity books written by guys who wake up at 4 a.m. to stare into an ice bath and cry. Then you burn out and buy a $300 meditation app to recover, which teaches you to breathe through your panic attack so you can get back to work. Anthropologists have a word for this too: disembedding. Humans evolved in tribes of 150 people where everyone shared food, raised kids together, and had gossip networks instead of HR departments. Capitalism took that tribe, replaced it with 8 billion strangers, and said, great news, you can buy friendship now. $12 a month, cancel anytime. Love, dating app, community, co-working space, spirituality, Goop newsletter, everything that used to be free now has a logo. We used to have festivals, now we have brand activations. We used to have elders, now we have influencers who unbox soap. Gift economies run on reciprocity. Market economies run on receipts. In a gift economy, you give because you're in the group. In a market economy, you're in the group because you can pay. We turned birthdays into invoices. Bring a present, bring a dish, bring emotional stability, bring your own chair. Meanwhile, the culture industry takes your art, flattens the edges, and feeds it back to you as background noise for chores. Your playlist is 200 songs you don't remember adding. Your taste is a mood board made by 12 interns who live on energy drinks and vibes. A few years ago, my company launched a mental health initiative. Sounds nice. What it actually meant was free pizza on Fridays. The same pizza that kept us at our desks until 9 p.m., finishing Q4 reports. That's capitalism's favorite trick. It sells you back the thing it stole. Took your time? Here's a subscription app to manage your time. Took your happiness? Here's a motivational mug that says rise and grind. Took your community? Here's a $400 networking retreat where you can meet other exhausted people with LinkedIn headshots. And when you finally save enough money to quit your job and live free in a cabin in the woods, congratulations, you just gentrified the woods. Because capitalism is a game you can't actually win. Even when you hit the success level, nice house, nice car, kombucha on tap, there's always a more expensive level you haven't unlocked yet. Your boss has a pool, his boss has a yacht. Jeff Bezos has a yacht for his yacht. And the final boss of capitalism, he's building a rocket to leave the planet entirely. This is how status works. There's always a room above the room. If you think you're at the top, you just haven't found the staircase. Some people say the system rewards talent. Sometimes it also rewards timing, inheritance, and being born near a ski lift. We call it meritocracy because luckyocracy doesn't look good on a brochure. The winners are strange. Money bends reality around them. Communication gets weird. Jokes don't land. Feedback evaporates. A man buys a social network to post harder. Another man launches a rocket to cure boredom. A third man retires to philanthropy, which is just budgeting for problems the system created in the first place. Meanwhile, regular life gets gamified. Your steps are a leaderboard. Your meals are macros. Your sleep is a score. Your child is a brand waiting for a niche. Your grief is YouTube content with an affiliate link. So what do? You can try to unplug, delete your apps, move off-grid, learn to knit, start a farm and grow tomatoes. But then you realize seeds cost money, land costs money, and even your sourdough starter is technically intellectual property owned by Monsanto. You can't shop your way out of a system built on shopping. You can't grind your way out of a factory that runs on grinding. You can't wellness your way out of a machine that eats wellness and spits out merch. You can make a small life that refuses to be a product. Cook for people. Show up with soup. Share tools. Share time. Touch grass. If you have power, use it on purpose. If you have money, pay people fairly. If you have a calendar, protect it like a national park. It won't fix the system. It might fix your day. Or maybe the only real way to beat capitalism is to become so rich you can start your own version of it. At least then, you get to be the final boss.